Hi, I'm Andrea. Thank you so much for joining me for this 30-minute yoga practice. I have a yoga mat. If you find yourself without one, my suggestion would be to find some place in your house that's got carpeting. Maybe you've got a nice sturdy rug that can become your yoga mat for today. I just don't want you on a surface that's going to slip out from underneath you or that feels too hard and slick like a hardwood floor. I've got 2 yoga blocks. A great substitute for those would be 2 thick books, and I encourage you to use what's around you. You can steal cushions from your couch. You might grab a bath towel, fold that up for padding under your knees, and of course, going to the wall or the arm of a chair or a sofa for balance assist. Great way to use props that are already here in your home. We'll start in what's called child's pose, so let me guide you through some options there. Frequently, you'll hear child's pose is sink your hips towards your heels. Well, this much bend or flexion in our knees, not for all of us is that the right choice. So you might walk your hands forward and just support yourself on your arms, maybe even curl your toes under. This could be where the folded bath towel under your knees feels pretty good to you. Another thing to do is to use your book or your block as a little bit of a balancing place for your forehead. So almost like a place to aim and maybe rest it. And then we'll use this as a place that's comfortable enough that we can turn the arrows of attention inward instead of distractedly outward. So if it's uncomfortable, your fidgets will take you right back out of this inward turn that we're looking for. This is where we stop so that we can start. Start to notice your breath, and if it's possible, try to make the inhale and the exhale happen through your nose. If that's not happening, you're not doing anything wrong. What I want mostly is for there to be awareness of your breath. You're noticing something that happens automatically. But when we stir in awareness, it actually enriches the experience. And we'll come to hands and knees. And once we're on our hands and knees, extend your right leg back behind you as if flirting with a plank. And as we do that, let's pay attention to the foundation of our arms. So press into your arms. Let your shoulders be over your wrists. And then let's play forward and back here on the ball of our foot, and then as if you were going to put that right heel down. And we're letting ourselves notice the stretch on the back of that right leg without collapsing into our shoulders. So there's a few things going on at the same time. Now, next time you are forward on the ball of your foot, stay there and really press your thigh bone, that right thigh bone, into your hamstring. Again, I remind you, we're not collapsed in our shoulders as we do that. And then back it up so that it feels like you're trying to put your heel down on the ground, and it's a pretty delicious calf stretch and into our hamstring. Now, come back to center and lift your right leg and let that right leg extend, extend, extend back behind you. Now, you might want your left toes curled under, so bottom toes can curl under. Bend your right knee, so it's like you're trying to put your foot through the ceiling. Less like you're kicking yourself in the butt, a little bit more like bottom of your foot to the ceiling. Once again, check in with your shoulders. And now let's do little pulses up towards the sky. And you'll feel it in your glutes, but my guess is you might feel it in your hamstrings also. That's the back of that right leg. Now hold it up a bit and do bring that heel in towards your butt as much as you can. And then imagine that we're doing bicep curls with our hamstring. Extend that right leg long. And then bend like you're going to kick yourself in the butt. Extend that right leg long. Bend like you're going to kick yourself in the butt. Let's do it one more time. Extend it long. Kick yourself in the butt. Stay here. 3. Closer, closer. 2. And then place that right leg down. You might give a little waggle back behind, like the flirt that we started with. And then just to let our wrists have a break, you can kneel, shake them out. And once again, we come to our hands and knees. Now extend your left leg back as if flirting with that plank. And we have our shoulders over our wrists. We're paying attention to this upper body part, even as we nerd out a little bit on our hamstrings and calves. And let's go forward and back. So onto the ball of your foot, and then like as if you were pretending that you were going to put your heel down. And we're just curious back there. And as it turns out, we're also getting strong in our upper body. 2 birds, 1 stone, as they say. Now, next time you are forward onto the ball of your foot, pause, oomph into your arms a little bit more. And then roll it back so it feels like you're trying to put your heel down, pause. There's a stretch, I think, in your hamstring and, of course, also in your calf muscle there. Remind yourself to be sturdy in your shoulders as you lift that left leg now. It's extended back behind us. And then this is where we just bend it like we're trying to put our foot through the ceiling. And we'll do little pulses up towards the sky and back down. So we're working glutes, but we're also working into those hamstrings a bit. And it's a bit fun to know as we do these pulses, the difference between this and in a moment when we do our pretend bicep curls in our hamstrings. Now pause and bring that heel closer to your butt. And then extend that left leg back behind you. How's it going in the upper body? Bend like a bicep curl. Extend your left leg behind you. Bend like a bicep curl. Extend that left leg back behind you. And then one more time, bend and stay and oomph into your arms and try to shorten the distance between your heel and your butt. And then put that left leg down and step right foot forward. Bring both fingertips inside of your right foot. This is a terrific time to trot out your book or your block. And then just let your hips drop down a little bit. So into our lower body after we were in our lower body, but a bit of load bearing on our arms. And then we'll make a hamstring stretch happen this way. So straighten your right leg, frame it possibly with your 2 blocks. What we're not interested in is rounding over the legs. So come upright. In fact, I like to turn my blocks their tallest and imagine that I'm trying to get tall enough to go on the ride, right? So crown of the head extends to the sky. And then as we go forward, it's a hinge. And it's based on the sensations that you're getting out of that hamstring way more than whether or not somebody's going to come and measure the distance between your face and your leg. No one's going to do that, and that's not actually what we're after. It doesn't matter how close you get to that leg. The longer the hinge, the longer the exploration of the muscle tissue. And we'll stay for 3 moments here. Swoop that right leg, right knee next to your left knee, and then step your left foot forward. And once we do that, fingertips on the inside, you could keep your blocks there, but we just play with a little bit of a lunge, getting into our hips before we get into our hamstring. And then frame that left leg, straighten that left leg, curl the toes back, and then let's remind ourselves we are not into rounding. We want to imagine that we grow taller through the crown of our head, and then the hinge brings us into the organized sensations right there in the back of our hamstring. We've been playing around with that stretch of the hamstring in a few different ways. 3 moments here. Scoot your 2 books or blocks off the side and swoop your left knee next to your right knee. Come to hands and knees, and then we'll stay on the balls of our feet as a hook in our tailbone takes us to down dog, and we'll talk a little bit about our hamstrings here. So lift up and back. Tight hamstrings, most of us have them. If you bend your knees, you'll take the experience of stretching into your hamstrings that we've just been playing with out of it a little bit, so that we can focus again on upper body a little. Press the ground away and press like you're trying to push your mat away from you. And then grow tall, back body, side body, front body. It might be that you sink your heels down a bit, but that's maybe going to bring a rounding to our spine that we don't want. So let's prioritize a long spine. And then walk your feet to your hands and arrive hip distance and parallel. Inhale, lift your heart. As we fold, bend your knees quite deeply and either interlace your hands behind your back or grab a kitchen towel or something between your hands and let your arms come up and over. You're resting your chest on your thighs, even if that's not quite true. You might move your legs towards straight, but the way that we do that is muscularly. So press the weight towards the balls of your feet, move slowly, and when you catch yourself turning it into a big rounding experience, stop. And allow it to be long backs of your legs, long spine, maybe even long neck as you let that go. 3 moments together here. Release your fingertips to your mat, and now bend your knees, sit back and down. Now the weight goes into our heels, and we'll V-shape our arms overhead. We're still in our hamstrings, it's just that now our hamstrings are contracting. So we were looking for some eccentric, some stretch back there, some stretch and strength back there. And now they are contracting. We'll stand it up, float our arms along our sides, palms face out. We still have the string in the crown of our head, extending as tall as the sky. A little flow. Inhale, V-shape your arms. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Hands to your thighs or shins or ankles. Glide your hands up, inhale and extend your heart. Bend your knees as deeply as is helpful to plant your hands. Step back to down dog. I remind you our priority is a long spine. Our hips lift up and back. Shift it into a plank, shoulders over wrists like previously, but this time bring your knees down like a little kickstand. Push the ground away actively, lower all the way down onto your belly. Uncurl your toes, come into a cobra pose, as if you're trying to pull your chest forward with your hands, and they don't move on the ground, but they move your chest to the gateway of your arms. Lower down, curl your toes under, in one solid chunk, come to all fours. And then let the hook in your tailbone take you to down dog. Just note that this is kind of a forward fold, sort of a hamstring stretch. Walk your feet to your hands. Hip distance in parallel, glide your hands up, inhale. Glide your hands down, exhale. Let's take a chair pose, rock the weight back into your heels. We'll V-shape our arms to the sky, and then we'll stand and float our arms along our sides. One more time like that, but let's start with chair. So sit back and down, chair pose. Then exhale, hands to thighs or shins or ankles, and you fold with a long spine. Glide your hands up, lift your heart. Bend your knees as deeply as it takes for palms to go flat. We step back and push the ground away. There's that hook in our tailbone. Come to plank, shoulders over wrists. Bring your knees to your mat. And as you lower, push the ground away from you. Elbows brush your ribs. Uncurl your toes, come into a cobra pose. And then lower down, curl your toes under, come through all fours. And then let the hook in your tailbone take you to down dog. From down dog, walk yourself forward, feet come to our hands, and we are hip distance and parallel. Slide your hands up and inhale. Slide them back down, hinging as you fold. Make it a chair, sit back and down. Hamstrings have a little contraction here, then we stand it up, and our arms float along our sides, facing out. Find your books or blocks. Maybe find the arm of your sofa if you don't have something to bring the ground up to you. And let's place those about a foot out in front of us, just for kicks. Inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, V. Exhale, hinge at your hips, hands to your thighs. Keep your hands on your thighs. And inhale, lengthen your spine. Let's keep our spine long. Bring our fingertips to our books or blocks, or maybe your hands are now on the arm of your sofa. And extend your left leg back behind you, sort of like we did when we were on our hands and knees. As if we were doing a chair pose, bend your right knee. And then as we straighten it, let's remember that there's the recipe of using our muscles, and we will feel the backs of our leg a little bit. And then let's bend that right knee. And release, straighten it back out. One more time, bend your right knee. Keep it bent. Consider the possibility of playing with some balance here. Hands in a prayer, even arms along your side or out to the side. 3 moments, just like this. Now listen carefully, take your hands onto those blocks or books and mindfully begin to straighten that bottom leg. You might even lift your left leg a little bit more. Think of a little standing split so you could turn your books or blocks a little bit lower. Let's not be in a rush to get here. There might be somebody who wants to take a hold of their right ankle, but we're not rounding or forcing. We're just finding the sweet spot where the hamstrings that we're working in eccentric strength and even contracting a bit are now stretching and strengthening. 3 moments. Take both hands onto whatever you've got, books, blocks, arm of a sofa. Left foot, hip distance from right, and a chair pose on the way out. Then we stand it up, float our arms along our sides. Whew. Side 1. Turn your blocks back to their tall position so that we can make our way into side 2. Inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, V. Exhale, hinge, hands to thighs. Inhale, lift your heart. Let's stay with hands on our thighs so we can bring our hands to whatever we're using here, whatever prop we're using. And now it's our right leg that extends off the ground and we're standing on our left leg. We'll mindfully bend that left knee, like we're doing a chair almost, one leg, and then straighten that left leg. Bend your left leg. And then slowly straighten that left leg. One more time. When we bend it this time, you might experiment with arms along your sides, hands in a prayer under your heart. So this is the balancing part. We're not at our pseudo standing split just yet. Let's try to stay for 3. You can have your hands on your blocks the whole time. Return them if they seem to have left there. And then we'll begin to straighten that left leg. We are not forcing anything. We're curious. You could turn your blocks a little bit lower. You might at some point reach down and hold on to your left ankle, but we're still sporting a very long spine. 3 more moments together here. And then we'll step down, right foot hip distance from left, and here we are in a chair pose. Stand it up, float your arms along your sides. Let's take our blocks off the 2 sides of our mat just so they're not in our way, and we'll inhale and V shape. Then exhale, hinge, hands to thighs or shins or ankles. Slide your hands up, inhale. Palms go flat, so bend your knees so that you can make your way into down dog. Lift your right leg back behind you and then step it forward, and it might be that you help it along into a runner's lunge. I'm trotting my 2 blocks on either side of my right foot, and I'm going to heel toe that right foot over to the right. Now we'll slowly start to straighten our front leg and turn our back foot on its side. So you may do the turning the back foot on its side first. It's tempting to swing that right hip out to the right. Instead, draw it back behind you and feel no pressure to straighten that right leg. Here we are, back into our hamstrings. And here we are with an opportunity to lengthen our spine instead of slump and round. So bring anything into the mix. You can double up on blocks, put a few things underneath here so that this looks like a hip hinge. And it feels like it's targeting your hamstring, lengthening your spine. We'll stay here for 30 seconds of silent stretch. Step this up and balance it on just our right leg. So spin on your back toes, bend that front knee, take your 2 books or blocks with you. And when you lift your left leg, keep your left hand down, swoop your right arm up. Just for a moment, just a little plot twist while we're here. And then let's try that in our pyramid pose. So bring your hands to your blocks, step 4 feet back with your left foot. Frame that right leg with your blocks, and it's left hand down, right arm up. We're still trying not to swing that right hip out, but do what you can. 2 moments here. unwind, bend your front knee, spin on the ball of your back foot. Option to bring that left knee down onto your mat. That's a great way to do this. One last little plot twist, left hand down, right arm up. Our front knee is bent. Some of us, our back knee is on the ground. Great way to do it. And then unwind and move your blocks off the sides of your mat so we can come to down dog together. And in down dog, lift your left leg back behind you, step it forward, possibly help it along. Frame that left foot with your blocks or books. Pause a moment here, and let's take our time with our design. Pyramid pose. Back foot turns flat, front leg starts to straighten, and we do it in such a way that we're not swinging that left hip out to the side, we're not rounding, we're bringing ourselves into that hip hinge, and then really directing the work into a hamstring and probably a bit of a calf stretch here. 30 seconds of silent stretching. And then we'll bend our front knee and spin on our back toes. Move your blocks forward about a foot. Lift your right leg, and once we get here, it's that plot twist. We're twisting to the left side of our mat with our left arm up to the sky. We're not here long. We play with that same twist in our pyramid. So return your left hand to your block, step 4 feet back. Frame your left foot with your blocks, and then keep your right hand on your block. Bring your left arm up to the sky. See what sensations, what crop of sensations you find there. And then lastly, unwind, rebend your left knee and spin on your back toes. Many of us, back knee comes down on our mat. Right hand remains where it is. Left arm spins up towards the sky. And then we dismount into our down dog. So scoot your 2 props out of your way and step yourself to downward facing dog. And then once you're in down dog, bring your knees to your mat and step your right foot forward. And let's do something that we started with, but in a slightly different manner, and also after quite a bit of different activity. So here we are in our half split that we started with, and this might be where it remains. It is possible that you slide that right heel forward and that left knee back a little bit. Support yourself, hands on blocks. Some people might get so low to the ground that they actually sit on a couple of blocks or one block. Don't force it. We're here for a full minute, so be careful what you wish for. Make it manageable. Let it be a place where we can stretch into not just our hamstrings, but our meditation as well. 1 minute, starting now. Slide your right knee next to your left knee. We'll just stay down here. Left leg forward. Flex into your left foot. Find that spaciousness. And then potentially left heel forward, right knee back a bit. Like I said earlier on our first side, that's not something to be forced. It's not a chase. And then we find a place where we can make peace with 1 full 1 minute, starting now. slow motion as we exit. Slide your left knee next to your right knee, and then bring yourself to seated in a cross-legged position. So lots of sort of looking like a splits, doing our hamstring stuff. This is a balance to that, so a little counter pose. Cross your right shin in front of your left shin, and instead of it being at the ankles, walk those feet away from each other until they settle underneath your knees, and then scoot back a bit. We'll feel it in our glutes, so different than the activities we've been up to most of our time together today. This is perfect to stay here. You could fold it forward. I like to use my book or block out in front of me to remind myself that even here, a hinge at our hips, an elongation of our spine, and listening to the sensations instead of thinking that I'm supposed to be somewhere or someone I might not be right now. Let's meditate just like this. Bring yourself upright and recross. So waggle your legs out in front, you with your wide open hamstrings. And now cross your left shin in front, walk those across so that we make our way into the targeted glute stretch that we want. And you might use your block as you fold or just sit upright. They both work fantastically. Slowly walk yourself up. Once again, waggle your legs out in front of you. Keep your knees bent and roll yourself down onto your back. Once you're here, snuggle your shoulder blades underneath you and lift your hips up into an easy bridge. And then lower yourself back down, and you could choose to keep your legs bent, or you might straighten one and then the other. This is our rest and digest. This is where we relinquish any need to try to do things, and now we just let ourselves be. Lie down in the arms of the earth. Our Shavasana final meditation. Welcome to stay here in your Shavasana final meditation as long as you'd like. If it's time, give yourself a little stretch, arms and legs away from each other. Collect your knees into your chest and roll to either side. Bring yourself up and let your head be the very last thing to come up into a comfortable seat. Maybe that's cross-legged once again. Maybe you'd like to sit on your heels or in between your heels. And then palms up or down. Let's take a moment. Thanks for stretching into your hamstrings and stretching into some different kinds of movements with me today. I'm Andrea. I look forward to us doing this again together soon.